Hi guys, welcome back to Super Recaps. Today we will discuss 2022 action sci-fi movie, The Adam Project. Watch out for spoilers ahead. The movie starts in the year 2050 when a badly wounded fighter pilot is attempting to steal a jet. Other planes are chasing and shooting at him, but despite the jet AI's warnings that his movements can be tracked, he opens a wormhole to avoid being caught. Now the scene shifts to the year 2022, and an asthmatic 12-year-old boy, Adam Reed, is being bullied like usual because of his sassy comments, which tend to offend most people he interacts with. To get him out of trouble, his newly widowed mother, Ellie Reeds, frequently has to abandon work to come and talk to the principal. However, despite trying her best, she can't prevent him from being suspended today. Their bond has been strained since his father died a year ago, and Ellie is doing her best to be strong for her kid, but it's difficult to cope when he responds to all her concerns with even more attitude. The following night, leaving Adam alone, Ellie goes on her first date after the death of her husband. Adam is playing video games on a customized console with his dog Hawking when the power goes out. Adam thinks something must have happened because Hawking starts barking and goes towards the woods, forcing Adam to follow. Before following through, he grabs a flashlight and a bat. What he discovers there is extremely shocking. A number of trees have lost their tops and ashes are falling from the ground, as if something had blown fire on them. Hearing noises from the other side of the woods, they rush back to their home, but noise is coming from here as well. Hawking dashes to the old hut behind the house, where he is stunned to see Hawking happily sitting in a bleeding pilot's lap. The pilot asks Adam strange questions about his age and who his mother has gone on a date with. He also has an attitude and responds to Adam's snark with even more sass. The pilot enters the main house to get some food and clean his wound after simply taking the bat from Adam and throwing it aside. He refuses to answer any of Adam's questions, claiming that everything is classified, but he also demonstrates some strange knowledge. He's aware of the fridge trick, knows Adam's name, birthday, and plenty of other personal information, and they share the same scar on their chin, and he's wearing the same watch that belonged to Adam's father. The answer is clear: this individual is also Adam, but from the future. As they return to the woods, older Adam says that he was attempting to travel to 2018 but somehow ended up here. He needs to return to his timeline as quickly as possible, but his jet, which is what sliced the trees, won't let him fly due to his wound. Because the jet is activated by a DNA scan, he asks young Adam to hit the button, which eventually gets the jet operating again. Older Adam instructs it to begin fixing itself, which will take some time because it is only operating at half capacity. Young Adam still has a lot of questions, such as if the multiverse exists, but older Adam says once he's back in his time, he'll gain childhood memories of meeting his future self. Older Adam spends the night in the shack, often looking at a photograph of his wife, Laura, while young Adam returns to the house to greet Ellie and be rude to her date who dropped her home. This irritates her mother, who goes outside for some fresh air, allowing older Adam to see a glimpse of her. The next day, when Ellie has gone to work, young Adam takes older Adam to his parents' room so he can change into their father's clothes and walk into town without looking odd. Because of emotional attachment, Ellie hasn't been able to give away his belongings even though he died a year ago. So older Adam puts on his father's favorite jacket and warns his younger self to treat their mother better, or he'll regret it later. Following that, they visit the drugstore, and young Adam stays outside, where his bullies find him. They start hitting him until older Adam intervenes. He isn't here to stop the fight because he believes it is vital for little Adam's development, but he does give him some pointers on how to protect himself. However, young Adam is too slow, and the bullies attack him again, so he flees. Older Adam remembers how much he despised these bullies as a child, so he threatens them until they agree not to harass young Adam again. Back in the house, young Adam is searching through Big Adam's belongings and refusing to let him in as punishment for not assisting him against the bullies. When he finds the image of Laura, he asks who she is, so older Adam reveals that she is his wife who is no longer with him before leaving in a bad mood. He finds himself in a pub, where Ellie is expressing her grief to the bartender. Older Adam interrupts her and advises her that she shouldn't pretend to be strong for her child since it'll make him think she doesn't care. Instead, she should share her sadness and go through it with him. He informs her that young Adam does not hate her and that he loves her more than she realizes. This is a weird statement because it's the same way her kid would constantly tell her he loves her, mixed with the fact that this stranger is wearing the same jacket as her deceased husband leaves Ellie bewildered. She runs after him to question him, but he has already disappeared. The next day, a new futuristic plane appears near the woods, piloted by Christos and his boss, Maya Sorian, who has recruited a crew of robots to track Adam down. Meanwhile, older Adam discusses Laura with young Adam during dinner. They met at the institution when she accidentally entered his class. He offered to take her to the correct one, and they instantly became friends. However, she never came back from a jump a couple of years ago, and they told Adam her jet got destroyed on re-entry, which made no sense because she was the greatest pilot in the organization and even published the book on re-entry. Older Adam was headed to 2018 since that's where Laura went, but he has no idea why because Maya modified the logs. Young Adam is shocked to hear this about Maya because she is his father's business partner, and she's always been polite to him, but in the future, she takes over his father's technology and buys all the appropriate individuals to seize control of the most valuable resource on Earth, time. It's revealed that his father discovered time travel with the Adam Project, even if it was by mistake. Older Adam believes that Laura died because of Maya. Their talk is cut short by Hawking barking at something they can't hear or see. Older Adam obtains a unique sphere-shaped bomb, which he tosses at the door, destroying the robot soldiers about to enter. He then runs into the backyard to face the remaining robot soldiers with a long glowing weapon. He quickly destroys them, too. Just when they're done, Maya appears in her jet, accompanied by Christos and additional robots. Christos starts attacking older Adam, but someone starts shooting their jet. It's Laura who has returned, armed and prepared to save her husband. The couple destroys the robots together and Maya and Christos run away. Laura and both Adams then escape in Laura's truck. Maya comes back in her jet and starts shooting them, prompting Laura to drive into the woods to avoid her. Two hoverboard-riding robots pursue them, but they fool one into smashing against a tree and destroying the other by dropping a chopped-up tree on it. They finally arrive at the safe house Laura has been hiding in since 2018. She says she's been waiting for Adam to rescue her, and she trusted that he would, even though she isn't thrilled that he has spoken to himself. She then tells them the entire story. She traveled to 2018 after discovering an unusual jump to that year in the logs. It turns out Adam's father's project was released in 2018, so future Maya returned to give her younger self some investing advice and take control of the company. Their future is dark and gloomy because Maya has been manipulating them all along, and when she discovered Laura knew the truth, she set a bomb on her plane to eliminate her. Laura wants Adam to fly back to 2018 and prevent time travel from being invented. Adam refuses because since his jet only accepts his DNA, Laura won't be able to come with him, and erasing time travel means they'll never meet at the Time Travel Institute. The security alarms go off, warning them that Christos has located them. Laura asks the Adams to leave in her truck, vowing to see them again later. She returns to the house and gets all the guns she's gathered over the years to buy them some time. While Laura engages Christos in a gunfight and Maya arrives on her plane, older Adam persuades the uncertain young Adam to accompany him to 2018 by emphasizing that they'll see their father again. Young Adam agrees and activates the jet with his thumbprint, and the two take off together. Christos and Maya shoot Laura and begin to pursue the Adams, so older Adam briefly turns off the jet and lands it within a mountain cave to get them off his trail. They then fly out and take the jet's final jump, successfully arriving in 2018. Older Adam makes younger Adam agree not to tell their father the details of his death so as not to disrupt the timeline. They enter the college classroom where Lewis Reed is teaching his class. After his kids have left, he notices older Adam sitting in the back and immediately identifies him as his son, and young Adam then runs up to embrace him. They try to explain everything to Louise, but he is unwilling to listen as he doesn't want to screw up the timeline. Big Adam gets frustrated and hits him, but Lewis punches him back before ultimately agreeing to accompany them to the motel where they're staying and listen to the entire story. He is surprised to learn of Maya's goals and how nasty she becomes, but he refuses to assist since he believes time should not be changed. Older Adam tells him he should stop being a scientist and start being a father. Louise leaves right after hearing this. In the meantime, Maya from the future comes in 2018 and goes to her younger self, who is not pleased to see her. Young Maya has been doing everything future Maya asked her to, but it's all highly unethical and harmful to the environment, so she doesn't like it. But future Maya persuades her to help her again by reminding her how lonely and hard-working they've been and that this company is their legacy and that they can't let the government have it, because then all their sacrifice and misery would have been wasted. Meanwhile, at the motel, young Adam confesses that he made himself hate their father because hatred is easier to deal with than pain and sorrow, but he doesn't actually hate their dad. Louise did indeed spend most of his time working, but he also remained up late at night to play catch with Adam, no matter how exhausted he was. The conversation gives the older Adam a different perspective to think about. The following morning, instead of going to work, Louise stays at home to spend time with a younger Adam and puppy Hawking. Ellie is astonished to hear how concerned he is about failing as a father and assures him that he is a good father, even if he cannot always be present for them. When Ellie tells him he has lots of time, it puts him in deep thought. The Adams arrive at Maya's corporate facility to blow up the prototype time machine and are surprised by the fact that there are no workers to be seen. They realize it's because Maya has fired them and replaced them with robots. Older Adam quickly gets rid of them with his weapon and young Adam provides help from afar with a drone. Young Adam also fires one of the approaching cars but misses the other, which nearly hits older Adam, but Louise saves him by wrecking the enemy car with his own. Louis reveals that he's made his mind up and wants to help. He tells them that blowing up the machine is meaningless because Maya can rebuild it. Therefore, they must find and destroy the hard disk with all of his equations and blueprints. Young Adam stays outside, on a lookout, oblivious of the jet behind him. Older Adam and Louise enter the time machine lab and remove the hard disk panel. However, before they can destroy it, the two Mayas show up, along with a swarm of robots and Christos, who is holding little Adam at gunpoint. Older Adam is reluctant when requested to hand in the hard drive in exchange for young Adam's life. Young Adam is so angry that he pushes Christos' weapon, resulting in him shooting the machine and breaking the electromagnetic seal. All the metal things in the area are now being pulled towards it, such as the guns and the robots. One robot snatches young Adam and drags him into the machine. Louise attempts to destroy the system while Christos and older Adam fight for the hard drive. Young Adam releases himself by punching the robot with the drone's controller. On the floor, he picks up older Adam's weapon and attempts to use it to assist his older self, but he's still a child without much skill, so Christos easily defeats him. Then he pins Big Adam to the ground, but Adam sees the door is about to fall off its hinges, so he pushes Christos up high enough for the door to hit him as it passes. Louise cannot turn off the system, so they must evacuate before everything collapses. Maya uses a gun constructed of a futuristic substance that is not affected by magnets, but its bullets are. So when she tries to shoot Louise, the bullet gets sucked in by the machine as well, killing younger Maya who was in its path. Future Maya also vanishes as a result. The Adams and Louise run away just as the machine explodes, but the Adams do not vanish since 30 years of time fixing takes a while. They return to their house, and Louis reveals he's already predicted he'll die soon, but he doesn't want to know the details. After they hug each other and say, "I love you," they enjoy their last moments together playing catch until the two Adams disappear. We are now in 2022, where Adam gives his mother a big hug and lets her know he loves her. In the future, Laura and Adam meet again in college after Laura enters the wrong class once more. Thanks for watching. To support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button and press the bell icon to get new video updates.